What's going on YouTube? Ferocity here. Hope you guys are doing well. It seems as if the honeymoon phase for Black Ops 6 is abruptly coming to an end for many in this community, as frustrations continue to mount over some of the core design decisions that Treyarch decided to implement here in Black Ops 6. The maps kind of suck, the spawn system most certainly sucks, and there are some aspects of the perks that we need to talk about today. But I think it's also important for us to touch on just how bad the connection is here in Black Ops 6, and just how much it seems that they've neglected the netcode over at Activision. A multi-billion-dollar company continues to degrade your overall experience just for some extra cash. It shouldn't be this bad. But because of the complacency of this community, it continues to get worse and worse and worse. And we just seem to defend them at every single turn. So many people in this community act as if Activision is the hero out of all this, providing us a new Call of Duty every year, even though that your own experience is being degraded as a result. It's time for this community to gain some self-respect and stand up for themselves. Stop allowing Activision to walk all over you just because they provided you your favorite character in skin form for this game. It's absolutely nonsensical, and it's why people are already fed up with Black Ops 6. You want to talk about honeymoon phase? Yeah, somehow, from launch to today, the overall connection experience is worse. Explain that to me. But of course they won't. They'll cower in fear whenever you actually ask them to be transparent or own up to their mistakes. Heaven forbid they actually try to communicate with this community ever. But I don't want to get too sidetracked by talking about Activision and their incompetency. We can talk about that in a later video. Instead, what I want to focus on is one of the core concerns that this community has over a perk in this game. More specifically, a combat specialty. Now, for those of you that don't know what a combat specialty is, I will explain it to you. In Black Ops 6, they decided to bring in this revolutionary idea to group perks together, so that you could earn a combat specialty if you use the group perks across the 3 perk slots. So the groupings are red, green, and blue, and each of them provides you a unique combat specialty. For the combat specialties of green and red, there are no issues with this community. Nobody seems to care if you run them. However, if you run the blue combat specialty, it's a little bit problematic. I would even argue it's game-breaking. But it's not just me who feels this, it's many across this community. And I'll just turn to one of the OG Call of Duty YouTubers to provide us his insight on this. From Blame Truth. This stupid effing perk, combined with the awful maps, has single-handedly killed the stealth flanker playstyle. What in the F were they thinking? Follows it up with, yo guys, does anything counter Recon combat specialty in Black Ops 6? Ghost? Cold-blooded? Anything? To answer this for you, Blame Truth, and I'm really sorry to inform you, but no, there is no counter, because that would be too easy. That would make too much sense. So instead, what we've done is we've created a crutch combat specialty that everybody is using, because it is so overpowered. What exactly does it do, you might ask? Well, it allows you to see enemies through walls for a short time after respawn. It also gives you a HUD edge indicator when an enemy is outside your view, and it allows you to leave no death skulls when killing enemies. Now, if you just read the last 2 sentences here, it seems like a pretty balanced combat specialty. But that's not why the perks become problematic. That's not why everybody is using this combat specialty. It's because it provides you wall hacks every time you respawn. And due to the chaotic nature of these maps and the spawns, you're going to be respawning a lot, which allows you to provide valuable information to yourself as well as your team if you're playing with other people. It is paramount that you run this if you want to be competent in any of the game modes. And I don't really understand why Treyarch decided this was a smart decision and why they decided not to have any counter to it whatsoever. Like Blame Truth said, it prevents proper flanking, which I thought this game was trying to promote by having fast-paced gameplay and the omni-movement system. But unfortunately, it doesn't. Because you get snuffed out because of a death streak that your enemy was able to achieve by just dying one time. It's completely broken and needs to be resolved ASAP. Either there needs to be a counter to it, or they need to remove the ability to wall hack altogether. I don't think having wall hacks in a game is a smart design decision to begin with, especially every time you spawn. And it really begs the question, did they playtest this game? They had 4 years, 4,000 developers. I'm going to repeat that until I'm blue in the face. And yet, for some reason, oversights like this continue to occur. How anybody played these maps and thought these were good enough to ship, beyond me. How anybody utilized this combat specialty and thought this is good enough to ship, beyond me. How they look at some of the fundamental unpolishedness of this game and thought it was good enough to ship, again, beyond me. The text in this game, the overlays of it just don't work. And you just have text protruding out of certain areas where it shouldn't be protruding out of. It should be refined. It should be contained. But that doesn't seem to matter. Quality doesn't seem to matter. All that matters to Activision and its developers is that you are able to put out a game every single October and November and hopefully fix it along the way. That's what they care about. And this is why I say we need to be critical of a game. You can still like Black Ops 6. You can still be in the honeymoon phase with this game. But to just sit there and blindly believe that the game is running on all cylinders and it's a perfect Call of Duty game is ignorant and honestly stupid. Decisions like these are what fundamentally break the game's enjoyment and flow. And they need to take notice of it right away and take action to allow a better gameplay to arise from it. Because right now, what has happened because of the nature of Recon, everybody is running it. Because you almost have to. It's basically against your best interests not to run it. Because if you want to do well in the game, you have to do what everybody else is doing, which is utilizing and enabling wall hacks at every single turn. This game has enough problems, enough things that try to go against you, whether it's the connection, the matchmaking, the overall flow of the game. It sucks when a perk is also going against you as well, because somebody died in this game and then all of a sudden was granted the ability to see through walls. You used to have to pay $10 to $20 to be able to have that ability. But now you just get it because you were smart enough to link all the blue perks together across the 3 different perk slots. Good for you there, little Timmy. You did a great job. Here's your free wall hacks. I know that it might sound like I'm making a mountain out of molehill, but we all know what bad perk designs can do to a game. Think back to Modern Warfare 2 from 2009, everybody. Remember one-man army noob tubes? Yeah, that was a massive problem. And it never got fixed. I'm not saying that this is on the same scale as that, but like, wall hacks need to be addressed, or there needs to be a proper counter to them. And right now, there's neither. And I really hope that Treyarch does figure something out, because this is drawing a lot of concern from this community. So I'd love to hear your thoughts on this down below in the comment section. And as always, guys, I appreciate every single one of you for watching. So thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, hit that like button. If you want to see more videos from me, hit that subscribe button. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye.